Hey guys, my name is Joey Thomas, entrepreneur and small business educator here with 17 Hats. Now, for many years, businesses have used marketing strategies that focused on who they are, the quality of their products, and deals that they're passing on to the consumer. You might be familiar with this because this is what we all do at some point in our marketing. But today I want to talk about why value-based marketing may just work for you. Not just work, but it might be better for you. So, in today's consumer culture, there's been a shift that we should all understand, thus making a shift in the way we should market. We have to evolve with the ever-changing trends to survive, or we're going to find ourselves feeling and looking a bit outdated. So first of all, let me give you a definition of value marketing that'll help you understand it just a little bit better. Now, I found this great definition online. It's value marketing, also known as customer-centric marketing, is centered on strategies that look to exceed the client's expectations and fuel consumer loyalty and achieve success. Value marketing campaigns aim to turn customers into raving fans that help promote products and services with their positive reviews. Now, today, marketers must do their best to create meaningful campaigns in which a company shifts the focus from talking about itself and just features of their products and services, but instead focusing on their clients' wants and needs. Value-added marketing, its power actually lies in putting the customer's needs first and pairing your solution's unique ability to solve their pain and their value. And so that's why they want to actually partner with you, because once you show how this is more than just the product, this is more than just the features of what I can offer, and this is not just a checklist, but uniquely suited to solve your problems. Now, you've heard me say this several times before, but trust, I'm going to say it again, trust should be the focus of all of your marketing efforts. If you can create that feeling of trust with the consumer, you position yourself at a much higher place in their minds. And if you can position yourself at a much higher place, it's more likely, of course, that they're going to choose you and reach out to you. So by proving that you understand their unique situation, challenges, or strategies, and have the resources and abilities to help them, your clients are more likely to not just choose, but engage with your brand on an ongoing basis. Now, we know with all of our social media efforts that engaging is really important, right? So first, before I give you some tips on how to do this, let's actually talk about 4 types of value marketing, and it just breaks it down into a few categories that's easy to understand. Number 1 is the most common. It's functional value. Now, functional value is really just about the utility of your solution. It's how it works, right? It's a simple approach that says your product or service is a better fit, and it performs better than other products or services that are out there, and it addresses their specific pain points better. It's really the function and utility of your service or product. Number 2, economic value, another really simple one. This is a trade-off between other types of values and the monetary cost of the products or services your company offers, right? Economic value is just a matter of, hey, you're not paying a lot for what you're actually getting. This is worth more than what you're paying for. It's a good value. So monetary value, it's kind of the place where the function, the strength of the function and price intersect, right? So if you haven't done a great job conveying your functional value, you might see, if this is your price line and this is, function, you might just see prices ending up a lot higher than your function. But where they intersect, you'll find that that is where the value is. If your price is really low, but with a low function, you'll find that you're going to find yourself in a different place in the market. But if you have very high function or utility for your product and the price is high, then it'll make a little bit more sense. So those 2 areas are really important: functional value and economic value. Now, third, there is social value. Now, there's certain types of products and services that actually help with this. This is the value attributed to how much owning a particular product or paying for a specific service actually allows your customers to interact with others and connect with their peers. Well, for example, let's take an event planner that can design an event that connects people in a much better way, or even a piece of software that allows you to interact with your peers, your coworkers in a more connected way. That actually helps bring people together. Now, also social value isn't just bringing them together using the product, but it's also a group of people agreeing on the value of one product, which brings them together. So if there's let's say a store, a restaurant that everybody really likes and it's fun to be there, great tables, great ambiance, great food, there's a certain amount of social value that's there beyond the function and the price, and people really enjoy it. Starbucks is a very good example of social value. Now, I'm biased. I'm a coffee fanatic, so Starbucks isn't always my favorite coffee. I'll be honest. It doesn't really hit that craft coffee note for me. But I will say, with the communal tables, it's such a great place to meet people, right? There is a lot of social value there, and they do position their mission statement around that value. So it's another way that you can market your services. Then there's something that encompasses all of it together, and we should always remember, and that's psychological value. This is a feel-good factor, of owning a particular product or having a service. It allows them to express themselves a little bit better, like a photographer. A photographer who knows how to make somebody feel their best and look their best, there's a psychological value in hiring that person. So it isn't just about the function. It isn't just about bringing people together. It isn't just about the economic value, but it makes you feel good, right? And so don't discount psychological value. A customer value marketing strategy will help your customers relate to you in a way that they never have before. See, the past way of marketing, like I mentioned in the beginning, was talking about features. That, let's say a product is this big, it has this much power, but what can it do for them? If you're advertising a computer, for example, let's take Apple, for example, and when Apple first started advertising about their AirPods, right, their earphones. And so what I loved about those commercials was that they showed this guy just completely entranced in the music, sometimes dancing, sometimes with other people. It wasn't just about the utility, about the sound quality. They didn't say a whole lot about the sound quality. They allowed the people to give reviews and stuff on that. But what they did was they immersed you into a world in which you were just enjoying the music more than what anyone else ever was able to share. Whereas a lot of people, like Bose, for example, would take every opportunity to describe the quality of the music, the bass, the way their speakers were created. Apple doesn't do that a whole lot. They're all about value-based marketing and how it makes the person feel and how it brings together a group of people that feel the same way. So remember, there is more to marketing than just its function and just its utility. There's the psychology around it as well. So what are people actually looking for in this type of marketing? I mentioned the word trust before. They want a trustworthy and genuine position that your company takes. What do you believe? They want to hear sincerity in what you're saying. They also want to see you take actions that ultimately deliver on the promise that you made before you made the sale. See, our job, and I say this with a lot of my coaching clients, is that our job is to continually relieve our clients of the stress of attention that makes them wonder if they made the right decision. So we have to prove ourselves over and over again through the whole client experience in different ways. And that helps them feel confident about the decision that was made before they made it or before the sale, right? So what are some ideas of some good value marketing examples? You can do inspiring messages that communicate your values clearly. You could use social media to do that. Visual storytelling, like with TikToks and Reels right now, that actually back up your narrative and your company values. Make sure that if you're doing Reels, make them fun, but make sure there's plenty that actually show the things that you believe in. Always, always have a strong call to action that piques the curiosity of your ideal buyers. You have to ultimately build an emotional link between your company and the customers you're trying to serve. So a couple of ways you could do that is share your knowledge. You want to share your knowledge and experience in any way that you can. Sometimes that might be over email, text message, whatever it might be. Overall, improve customer service and make sure that your conversations with your clients are centered around value and not just price. That's key. So don't just be a vendor. We want to be a trusted advisor. Well, guys, that wraps up part 1 of this video on value-based marketing. In part 2, I'll go over 7 ways or 7 actions you can take to really build in value-based marketing into your business. But thank you again. Like and subscribe to the 17 Hats channel, like this video, and I'll be back again soon with part 2. See you again soon. Bye.